Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sohum Reactions. Peace, love, and positivity to you. Today's reaction request comes from Russell, who sent us an additional two songs from Gerry Rafferty. For context, this is now my second time ever listening to Gerry, so I'm very excited today to be furthering my knowledge in this part of the musical world. I remember from my last time listening to Gerry, I spent a lot of time focusing on what those songs meant to me. And I feel like that just means he's a great, not only lyric writer, but great at kind of picking out unique themes within his music. I'm very curious to find out what these songs are about today. We're going to start off with Night Owl and then end with Whatever's Written in Your Heart. For one, I am a night owl through and through. I have the very unfortunate problem of not being able to sleep whenever and wherever I would like to. I can't fall asleep on planes, trains, and cars. If there's any modicum of light in the room, my eyes are extremely, I think, photosensitive is the word, and that will disturb my ability to reach REM sleep. I'm a night owl. I can stay up all night looking at screens, no problem. And the moment you want me to fall asleep, I'm struggling unless I'm literally exhausted. This is just all a personal divulgence for you guys, but yeah, in my core, I'm a night owl, and who knows, maybe when I turn 29 next year, 30, maybe that will change for me. We'll see. But anyways, guys, I'm excited to check these tracks out today. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Oh, I thought this was a zoom in on guitar, but it's a bass actually. Simple enough bass line. There's that warming voice.
Down the street, the neon light shines, offering refuge and hope to the blind. You stumble in with no thought of tomorrow. Yes, I get a little lonely when the sun gets low.
I like that it's kind of like a soft rock song.
And I end up looking for somewhere to go.
Also, it just, again, roping back in my previous reaction to Gerry, it seems like he does like writing songs about feeling lonely and isolated. I think there was a song, I forget which one it was of the three I listened to, but he was extremely disillusioned with himself and life. Somebody go check on my man Gerry.
I end up looking for somewhere to go. Yes, I should know better, but I can't say no. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no.
Great harmony.
Lights are low and the music is loud. You watch yourself as you play to the crowd. One more
Good melody.
face in a palace of mirrors. One more drink, you're sailing away. One more dream, but it's looking okay. One more time to watch the flow of the river.
Flow of the river.
Yes, I get a little lonely when the sun.
A little note there, I just like the way he slides up on that I.
Yes, I get a little lonely when the sun gets
Very
low.
smooth. And he's such a smooth vocalist as well as being warming.
And I end up looking for somewhere to go. Yes, I should know better, but I can't say no.
So pretty. What on God's green earth is that instrument? That is such a thick, thick pipe. What is that? It's like a vertical flute, not exactly a clarinet, not exactly an oboe. What is that? Maybe it is one of those things. I've never seen an instrument look like that though. Silver, a vertical flute? I don't know. It's reminding me of like Jethro Tull. But this is far softer, far more atmospheric. Oh, shout out to the video editor there, cutting between the clips on beat.
Yes, I get a little lonely when the sun gets low, and I end up looking for somewhere to go. Yes, I should know better, but I can't say no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. No, no.
This is awesome. I love the simplicity and the melody and songwriting in general. It carries across the feeling very obviously. Not pulling any punches, just we exist in the beauty of this track. Slowly fading. I take that. I like this song. Do do do. That flute melody's gonna stay in my brain, and like every time we return to that in the chorus from Gerry's vocals, like I said, there's a warming feeling that I get from his voice, and when he enunciates each of the syllables in the words, there is a smoothness with which they're delivered. So when I hear him, I never think of like, I never like pick up on any rough edges, so to speak. And it works doubly well when the surrounding instrumentation, surrounding vocalists add to that atmosphere. It's a beautiful song, and kind of again like instills in me the fact that Gerry is a sad individual. There are things going on in his life where he feels like he's isolated from the world, and you know, when the sun comes down, it's nighttime, he's by himself. He feels all of those emotions brew up, and you know, I've been there. So many of us are there. It's not necessarily a exclusive feeling that Gerry has, but I think an interesting wrinkle to the whole discussion comes in the form of the night owl. Being a night owl, it's weird because sometimes it feels like it's happening to me where I'm like, I just can't fall asleep. And other times it feels more self-imposed where the day went however it went. Maybe it didn't go perfectly. I didn't have the control that I want. Throughout that day, things went poorly, whatever. But the nighttime is when I can just truly, fully let it all go, be myself, and exist in that place for as long as I would like until the sun comes up even, because nobody's there to bother me. I'm not getting text messages late night. I can just be alone with my thoughts and therefore exert complete control over myself. And not that this is like a one-to-one for every single person, but like I've noticed in my own life, the times where I have leaned more into being a night owl and stayed awake up until 2 or 3 a.m. every single night haven't been the best times for me emotionally. Usually it's because I feel like I don't have enough time for myself during the day, or my failures during the day need to be made up for during the night. But then at night, it's almost like you have that clarity of, what am I doing? Am I going to recreate this loop over and over again, where I wake up in the morning exhausted, then the day goes poorly right away, and then it's nighttime. I fell behind on what I had to get done during the day, and therefore now I need to stay up to make everything right again. But you can see, as you continue to defer the work for your defer the work from your previous self to the future self, you will never have enough time, because time cannot be created. You can only use the limited time you have. So in some senses, I feel like my own night owlness has been disrespectful to Sohum within. I need to be better about just like, hey, it's 10 p.m., it's 10:30, go to bed. Don't stress about anything else. Don't work excessively, because there's always tomorrow. And if you gave the day you had its full shot, well, then you can't really have a regret, because then you can just try to give the next day your best full shot once again. And I know Night Owl doesn't exactly touch on those topics, but I think there's an important co-occurrence that doesn't often get spoken about. And especially in the modern era, where we have so much like technology that literally impacts our nervous system, impacts our physiology, to the extent that we can no longer access the same levels of deep sleep like we once were able to pre-technology. You can ask many health experts, many of them will all say, hey, an hour before bed, 2 hours before bed, stop watching YouTube, stop going on your phone. Don't worry yourself with those things. Don't allow your brain to be hooked dopaminergically on those things, because the cycle you want to repeat is one that is more fertile for you to make progress in your life, rather than keep you sort of stuck. And when you do that long enough, if you stay stifled long enough, it starts to feel lonely too, because like, we're social creatures. Less people are awake at night than they are during the day. And if I'm alone with my thoughts at night all the time, well, no bueno. Let's check out the next track.
Waking up here on a rainy day, I swore last time that I would stay away. I came down here to talk to you. I said this time I might get through.
I don't know why I get like Cat Stevens vibes from him.
I heard her speak, but all the words were dead. We talked all night and left it all unsaid. So we agree to disagree. At least we got our memories.
And I love Gerry for representing us baritones. He has this beautiful timbre to his voice.
Whatever's written in your heart,
What a harmony.
that's all that matters.
Completely lush.
You'll find a way to say it all someday. Whatever's written in your heart, that's all that matters. Night and day. Night and day. You got your secrets, yeah, and I've got mine. We've played this game now for a long, long time. You don't lean on anyone. You never had no place to run.
Such a beautiful ballad.
You never wanted me to get too close.
Feels are real in this one.
I try to find a way to you. One thing I could say to you.
Just express it all, man. Whatever's written in there, just say it. Be the loving version of yourself.
Whatever's written in your heart,
Never hold it
That's all
back.
that matters. We'll find a way to say it all someday.
Just express it all.
Whatever's written in your heart, that's all that matters. Night and day. Night and
This is really nice. Oh, it's a banger. I've never seen an instrument like this. What is this? Has so many dials on there. Controllers. It's a bit blurry. Looks slightly different than like a Hammond organ, but I'm getting a similar vibe.
Maybe I've always set my sights too high. You take the easy way and still get by. I know there ain't no special way. We all get there anyway. I heard her speak, but all the words were dead. Talked all night and left it all unsaid. So we agreed to disagree. At least we got our memory.
Still like look back on the good times,
Whatever's written in your heart,
even if we don't see eye to
that's all
eye
that
now.
matters. We'll find a way to say it all someday.
What a pretty cloud of voices.
Whatever's written in your heart, that's all that matters. Whatever's written in your heart, whatever's written in your heart, night and
This almost feels like a hymn in a church. You would sing this with everyone, and I could almost imagine this song being taken fully gospel. Because the bones of this track are very solid. It's a simple melody once again. And when you've established the melody through the piano, through the voice, and then the choir in the back, I feel like there are so many possible embellishments here. What I mean to say in a more simple way is this song is very, very coverable in my opinion. And maybe I could say the same thing about every single Gerry Rafferty song I've heard thus far. I don't know why that's like the first thing that comes to my mind when, you know, I have this post analysis here. There are some songs, some bands where I'm like, I really like what I'm hearing in the original, and because the structure is simple enough, I can imagine it in multiple contexts. I could imagine the song being taken into like an alt rock world, a gospel world, something more R&B soul. I even think like a folk rock would be possible, and you know, I can definitely assign different bands to the task. Like I was thinking like for folk rock, maybe give a Fleetwood Mac cover to Whatever's Written in Your Heart. I think that would work tremendously well somehow. But the same things that I've said before about Gerry Rafferty remain the case here. I think he opts for this simpler approach to songwriting and lets all the money be made in the beautiful melody, in the vocals, and in the way he delivers them. The delivery, I feel like, is everything. He is not pulling any punches. He's not trying to be the loudest singer ever or the most dynamic vocalist. In fact, he's opting for the simplistic style so that we can all sing along with him. It's not just he who's singing in our and we're focused just on his voice. Like, that is a part of it if we're more listeners rather than participants. But the thing that I appreciate is he is expressing a lot of emotional vulnerability in every song that he writes. And so when I hear him perform the first track, Night Owl, I genuinely feel like that story, that life that he's describing is his. And when it comes to like art in general, that's the one thing that you sort of lose when you start introducing like ghost writers and adding, let's say, too many cooks into the kitchen. Because I want the art to come from a genuine source of emotion rather than to be curated for some specific audience reaction or some kind of like business outcome. And I think like not that this whole reaction was touching on modern music, but when I think of the direction of like the music industry now, I think so much of there's a lot more art just in general, a lot more music getting produced, but a big proportion of the art that gets omega popular, it doesn't feel very personal. It feels like it's written for the masses, written by the masses, if you consider AI writing and how that's all being implemented. I want to go back to a time where music was written from a very emotional and personal place. And to me, like, Gerry is that like sweet spot of it's simple enough that it still everybody can get behind it, but it's personal enough that we know it came from him. You know what I mean? Because I'm having a hard time like comparing him to a great many other artists, even though he has like that warming sound that at the Element level you can compare to other vocalists with warm voices. Gerry, in his like calm delivery, his relaxed presence, and the simplicity of the melody, I feel like I can characterize him uniquely using those three things. I think of the two songs today, my favorite track melodically was Night Owl, and it's probably spoke to me more in terms of my own personal struggles, I guess, as being a night owl. I don't know if I'd call it a struggle, but at times it certainly felt that way. So I think Night Owl for me just has more of a personal relation, but I really like whatever's written in your heart. The style feeling more like a hymn where we can all get behind the message of not bottling our emotions, but expressing them outright. Even if the outcome of our true expression isn't what we would hope it would be. Let's say you share everything in your heart and the person that you relay this information to, they reject you. That may feel bad and you may want to avoid that outcome, but I say instead of being outcome focused, we should be intentional with how we try to, be in this world. And I will never hold back my emotions. At this point, that's not worth it to me. The times where I still do that, I am more critical of myself when I do that. I want to always be the unlocked version of myself. And I feel like Gerry communicates that idea very well here. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about Gerry Rafferty, about any of these tracks, or really anything else you'd like me to know. If you enjoyed my reaction and would like to request one yourself, please use the first link in the description box below to request a reaction. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.